Good morning. Welcome to your September 12th announcements. First of all, we have one brown t-shirt left to pick up. Linwood, it's you. Linwood, please get in here and pick up your t-shirt as quickly as you can. If I see you, I'll try to remind you to do that also. Homecoming parade is on Sunday. First things first is our schedule. Our call time is 5:15. With events like this, there's a lot of people, so please remember, to be early is to be on time is to be late is to be left. So please make sure you're planning ahead. I'm saying 5:15. I will probably be there myself by 4:50, maybe 5 o'clock. We'll see how late we want to run it, okay? Attire for that is your gray pants, blue shirt, black marching shoes, and tall black marching socks, okay? The gray pants, somebody asked this morning, is it just any gray? It's not any gray pants. They are the gray secondary pants that you have, that you've picked up now. Speaking of which, to finish off homecoming, that parade steps off at 6 p.m. There is a rally afterwards in Stevens Park. As soon as we're done with the rally, we will head home. Make sure that please make sure you take your instruments home on Friday. I believe Drumline will be up sometime Sunday around 5 o'clock maybe, or a little bit earlier than that even, to pick up their instruments. But they're busy loading. They don't need a ton of people running in and out. So take your stuff home Friday so that you have it. Make those arrangements. Talk to friends if you're on the buses to help you get stuff home, or to have, maybe you just leave your instrument with them if they're coming to pick you up for the parade. Okay? Speaking of secondaries, we're down to 16 people who still owe $1,205. So thank you for working on that. If you still owe money, please get that money paid as quickly as possible so that we can get our invoices paid to our suppliers. Next week rehearsals are all morning rehearsals. They all start at 7:20. There is not a Wednesday royalty assembly like we've done in the past. They're doing that at Stevens Park this year on Sunday. So we'll be outside 7:20. Tomorrow morning, Friday morning, we'll work drill for movement 4 for the last of it. Hopefully wrap up that drill Monday morning. And then we need to slip back and we need to do some stuff in movement 1 and movement 2 to let our people with the safe be able to start experience that and having some fun with that. I'm hoping to be done with props by this weekend so that we're ready to roll on Monday. Our goal for September 20th for homecoming is the entire show. We will be second at halftime. The first will be the royalty assembly, so we'll all cheer on Monica. And I think I heard Melanie Ramirez is an attendant for that also, so we'll cheer on our people. And then we'll hop in and we'll march our halftime show. So our goal is to do the entire show. So make sure that you're ready and make sure you're thinking through this stuff. Also, if you're getting to a point that you have your stuff memorized and you don't need that flip folder, get that devil jewelry off of that horn. You don't need it anymore, okay? If you still need it, keep using it. But by the time we get around to September 28th in Manhattan, we want no flip folders on the horn. So make sure you're memorizing, okay? Speaking of Central States Marching Festival, that is our first contest. It is on September 28th. Schedule is going to look like this. If we start from the performance, we perform at 6:15 p.m. in Manhattan. That's in the big stadium. It'll be great, be fun. Our clinic this year is at 2 p.m. It's in the indoor facility, and there's not really room for spectators. So if your parents are coming, please encourage them to go set up in the stands, create a Garden City cheering section, because there's really not a ton of room for them to come in for the indoor for the clinic this year. As we back everything up, right now we're looking at a departure of 6 a.m. I'll be here to have the room open and start uniforms by 5:15 a.m. And we'll meet at 5:45 a.m. as a band, and then we'll load buses. We'll work in the band office early next week to get bus lists generated because we do assign what buses we all go to. We'll stop in Great Bend for a restroom break. We'll stop either in Junction City or on the east side of Manhattan to eat lunch. Just a reminder, we are not providing lunch this year. We are not providing money this year. So make sure you have your money set up to cover a lunch and a dinner. Dinner, there will be food and concessions available at the stadium. Otherwise, we'll plan to stop in Salina after we leave the stadium to come home for about half an hour at the gas stations there, and we'll split buses up so we can get back on the road as quickly as we can, okay? Clinic is at 2 o'clock. We perform at 6:15 p.m. K-State performs. We're hoping that we're back on the road this year by about 10 p.m. to come home. That would put us back in Garden City by about 2:30 a.m. Please remind your parents, number one, to have arrangements made so that you're picked up as quickly as possible so that you can get home after you get your uniform checked in. And number two, we cannot park in the bus lanes. When we pull in, we'll have 5 buses and an equipment truck, and we need to get everybody to the door. So we'll get the equipment truck in there, get buses in there so we can get stuff unloaded, get our drivers home, get everything put away so that we can go back to work and get a little bit better on the next day. Okay. So if we're planning to arrive back 2:30 a.m., I would guess that if you're looking for rides by 3 a.m. at the latest. And of course, we'll continue updating via Remind 101 all the way through. Okay. A little bit of housekeeping just for our regular rehearsals. Section leaders, as you're doing attendance, please make sure that you're clearly marking shoes and instruments. If you have somebody in your section that's not in the proper shoes, please mark that so that we can indicate that in grades and visit with that person about why we need to be in proper shoes. If you have somebody who is without an instrument, please make sure you mark that. We are aware of people who are without instruments just because they're out for repair. But please make sure you're marking that very clearly for Mrs. Johnson. Lastly, awesome cards. We had a ton yesterday. I've only got one today. It's for Ruben Peril. Ruben is always on time, and you can always count on him to be a helper. He's altogether what a band member should be. Ruben, absolutely. Thank you so much for being an awesome member of the Garden City High School Marching Band. Folks, thanks so much. Make sure that you're helping everybody see these announcements. Make sure that you're helping spread the word of what we're doing so that everybody knows what's going on. Have a great day at school. See you tomorrow morning on the field.